Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review for Halloween month. And reviewing a remake that I actually love. I think it's one of the best horror film remakes. Probably would be my top three probably of the horror film remakes. And actually, maybe top five. Because I would have to make a list and give thought of which ones of the horror film remakes Well, two actually, because I've already said them before. Two of them. But I'm talking about the remakes of this day and age. Like my favorite remake of all time is John Carpenter's The Thing, my favorite horror film, and Chuck Russell's The Blob. But I'm talking about the remakes from this day and age, because usually all the horror film remakes of today are not good at all. But there's been ones I like: the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, House of Wax remake, even Friday the 13th. I even don't mind. I think there was another one. I just can't put. I think there was another one, but anyway, can't think of it though right now. Well, actually, yeah, Piranha. I actually don't mind. I think I've liked it a lot less over the years, but I still don't mind it still because I think back then when I first saw it, I gave it all the praise, but it's less though. But I still like it still. But here and speak with Piranha 3D, the director Alexandre Aja would make his best film right here, which is me reviewing the 2006 remake of The Hills Have Eyes. Another good one to review in Halloween month. So yeah, the 2006 Hills Have Eyes remake. I love this remake. I think it's a very fun remake. Love it. Now it's a remake of Wes Craven's 1977 original of the same name. Now honestly, I think I'm not overall the biggest fan of it because, well, Wes Craven's first film, the original Last House on the Left, I don't care for either though. But the same with the original. Just no disrespect to Wes Craven because I enjoy Wes Craven. I just reviewed Nightmare on Elm Street and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. But just his first two films, Last House on the Left and Hills of Eyes, I wasn't overall care of. So yeah, there's a couple of original films that are made to remakes I just don't care for. I'm not fans of. But this I really do love, the Hills of Eyes remake from 2006. This is the unrated version. But Alexandre Aja, like I said, he directed Piranha 3D, which I still like overall, but I don't love it as what I used to. Then he directed Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland, then High Tension before this, which I don't I'm not a fan of that either though. But as producer, he produced on P2, which I reviewed last year, P2, and The Pyramid from what was it, a couple years ago. That sucked. The Pyramid. He produced that though. But here he made it. This was his best one. He did, and it had such a bunch of good has a good cast. Especially for our lead guy who is very likable and you feel sorry for, and makes you want to well, it does make you root for the guy for what he's been through, which I'll get to. And it has a good on the gore and the makeup effects, and I like the settings. Well, even the original is in the desert, but just how the way it's shot and how the desert looks. But and it did well. I would say overall success, made almost 70 million worldwide. Budget 15 million, made 41 million domestically. So it did successful over enough. Then it came next year. Then the following year. The next year it came the sequel, which he didn't direct though. It was another person who directed, but I think he produced it though. Which after we watched Hills of Ice 2 again. But this one I really love. Now what? Okay, it follows the same premise as the original. You get this family on a road trip coming through the New Mexico desert, and they're on the way to San Diego, California, and like how it opens up. Okay, how it opens up with you got these three people in suits, doing some radiation stuff, and they get killed. One gets an pickaxe through a head, one through the back, got tossed up and down, and one just gets dragged. And then it opens up like this black and white imagery of the people of back then doing nuclear bomb testings, with fake testing towns and doing that stuff. And then we gotta get our cast with Aaron Stanford, who plays Pyro from the first 3 X-Men films. First one all the way to The Last Stand. Then he's also starred in the TV show 12 Monkeys, but that was based on the film 12 Monkeys. He was in that TV show, and I really enjoyed his performance as Doug. Really makes me want to really root for the guy towards the end of the movie. Really do. And he is with his wife's family. His wife, played by Vinessa Shaw, who I mostly remember from Pocus Pocus. And they have a baby girl, Catherine, and his wife has a sister and a brother. The brother, I forget the guy's name, but he was in the Cinderella story of the film with Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray. Then her parents, her mom played by Kathleen Quinlan, who was in Breakdown with Kurt Russell as the wife, and also in Event Horizon as well. And the husband, played by Ted Levine from Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, and he was in the TV show Monk, and recently starred in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. And I like Ted Levine as an actor. And it was nice to see him in there. And they're on the road trip. They stop at a gas station where our gas station attendant, played by Tom Bowers, he played Marvin from Die Hard 2. He knows that the mutants are out there. He's been making leave people go their way to kill them, basically. And which he does. He makes the family go take this road, basically in the middle of nowhere, for them to trap them. And then also, originally, they have 2 dogs, 2 German Shepherds, one named Beauty and Beast. Then as they're on the road trip, a little fun moments with the brother. I forget what was the brother's name. Bobby. I was talking with Aaron Stanford, Doug. I was like, he's like getting a cigarette, and Bobby's like, hey, I thought you quit smoking. Does my sister know? Hey, man, fuck your sister. My dad, Big Bob, would catch you smoking his newly renovated Airstream. Well, fuck Big Bob, too. And he's like, want one? Sister would cut my nuts off if you start smoking. I think she did that already. So you get a bit of fun dialogue as well. And then the mutants, they set a trap of spikes. They blow out all the tires. They crash. And they get no cell phone signal, and they have a plan where Ted Levine is going to go back to the gas station, and Aaron Stanford is going to go the other way to find out where the road leads. So with Aaron Stanford, he's on his own. The road ends basically nowhere. They see all these craters, from the nuclear bomb tests. He goes to one, and there's all these bunch of cars. Basically, where the mutants, where they kill the people, they just dump their vehicles and whatever out there. And Ted Levine, he goes back to this gas station. He goes to the back room. He sees the newspaper clippings of the nuclear test, and he sees the guy in this bathroom. And he's like, I did the best I could. I'm sorry. And shoots himself with a shotgun. Basically blows his whole face off. It was a good effect, It just blows his whole face off with a shotgun. And he hears, Daddy. He starts blindly shoots twice. And then he gets in the guy's car, then the back seat, which he gets knocked out by the leader of the group, who was Papa Jupiter, played by Billy Drago. Billy Drago, he's the father of all the mutants. Billy Drago, he's been in some films. He was in The Untouchables. He was the guy who shot Sean Connery, and then later at the end of the film, Kevin Costner tossed him off the roof. He was in Tremors 4, The Legend Begins. He played Blackhand Kelly, and the bad guy in Delta Force 2 also as well. So Billy Drago, he's been in some films as well, but he plays Papa Jupiter. He knocks Ted Levine, slams against the window, and just puts him in the car and drags him. You see Pluto and Lizard played by Robert Joy, and Pluto played by Michael Bailey Smith, which in Nightmare Part 5, The Dream Child, he played Super Freddy. But he plays Pluto. They drag him, and then Doug comes back, and while everyone's trying to sleep, and also before Bobby, because Beauty ran away again, but then when he falls further down and he sees that Beauty's dead and she's been cut open, he tries to run, he falls and knocks himself out, but he gets founded, and he's trying to stay because he knows something that's going on, and when he hears something, and I also get the good score by Who did the score? Music by Tom and Dandy. Tom and Dandy. I like the score because when like you hear like when Bobby hears them, you hear like sort of like a horn playing, like dun, dun, like an alarm horn. Dun, dun. I like that. The score was good as well, but it's like that sound like a horn playing, and like Bobby tells the others, Vinessa, Shaw, and Aaron Stanford, what's going on. People living in those hills, and Pluto's in the trailer with the sister, and he says no, and then Ted Levine further out, he's being burned alive like in the original, the father being burned alive, and as everyone run out to go to Ted Levine, Lizard goes in, he's like raiding the stuff and bites the head of one of the birds and goes in rapes the sister, and Pluto's just going just breaking everything, and Vinessa Shaw comes in, hits him with a frying pan, but the Lizard has the gun that he took from Ted Levine, points at the baby, and basically it's this scene right here. He puts his hand on her and basically sucking her tit, basically, and because what could she do? He has the gun holding to the baby, and then Kathleen Quinlan, she was about to hit him with a rock, but then he shoots her, and then Vinessa Shaw sticks a screwdriver in the Lizard's leg, but then she shoots her in the head. But it's running out of bullets, they all run away, and his with Doug, stuff happening with his dog, with Doug, Aaron Stanford. He sees his baby get taken. He's all just distraught, but there's one good thing out of this one scene, because one of the other mutants named Goggle, because he's looking through binoculars. Beast, which he is a beast, basically, pun intended. He goes and tears out the throat of that one, just like he just rips his throat out, and which leads to Beast does one of my favorite things in the film later. But Aaron Stanford, doesn't need a plan, so Beast comes back, so he takes Beast over goes through the mines into one of those dummy test towns like the nuclear tests were, and he sees one of those mutants dragging a body, and that's actually played by Greg Nicotero, who does the makeup, who also his people like Can B does the makeup effects, like Greg like the makeup stuff from The Walking Dead, and Greg Nicotero, who has also directed several episodes of The Walking Dead, he plays as one of those mutants. He's like wears like this headgear on. So yeah, so Greg Nicotero, not only the stuff does really good job makeup and gore effects in this film before The Walking Dead, so, but it's nice to see him in there as one of the mutants in there. But Doug, he gets caught and he gets thrown this box full of dead corpses, and he's just pounding on the icebox, like the bat popping up because it's on top of it. He breaks out of it, and then he sees one of the other ones, I think it was called Brain, I think, because he has this big, huge, deformed head. And he's asking, where's my baby? And then he's like, it's breakfast time. And then this is where you get because the third act of this film really sets it off, because this is like the arc for Doug, because he's basically has everything taken away from him. His wife died, his baby's been taken, and he's just really going to get her. This is where you really root for the guy, and he goes through so much. And for a lead guy in a horror film, like, which is quite rare nowadays, because mostly the female leads in horror films, but like you get Josh Stewart in The Collector and The Collection, which he does to the Collector afterwards. So you get it's very rare. You get the I forget the guy's name in Friday the 13th, that Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. He the lead in that film as well. This is rare for our lead guy to star in a horror film, and especially for our lead in this film, he goes and tries to what he's going through. You feel sorry for him, but you want to root for him, and just he has an arc about him. He's going to go and get him. Get his daughter back. And that's what makes the third act of this film and the rest of the film just worth watching, because this guy is just really, I said before, I'm saying it again, but and he gets this fight with Pluto. He's just he's being dragged, he's been thrown, and like at one point he's in the bathroom, just to he gets a piece of bat, sticks it into him, but it doesn't do nothing. Just he gets punched on, hit on him, and he gets tossed. Then he gets like two of his fingers get chopped off, and he's going through a lot. He's just like he's battered up and bloodied up, and he's just being beaten up to crap. And then he's like a screwdriver. He's like, please don't kill me. Try like psyching him out. He goes and sticks it right into Pluto's foot, takes the American flag and sticks it right through his throat, and takes the axe that he has and sticks it right into his head. And he's like, yes, kill that guy. And they get the score by Tom and Dandy playing, I'm doing a bad job of the score, but it's a good score if you watch it. And then he takes out Greg Nicotero, just chops with a knee and he's right into the guy's back with the axe. And then when he falls down, I like when he just flips the axe to the spiky end, sticks it right into the guy's eye. Just really, he's really going to town on these guys. And you see, like I said, you root for the guy because he's doing anything he can to get his daughter back. And then go to one of my favorite scenes of the film is when the guy Brain he's on the radio with Lizard saying, telling Lizard, kill the baby. And then this makes me laugh every time. It says Beast. He's there, and because the guy is in a wheelchair, so he can't do anything, And you see Beast is like, "Rrr," and then the look on the guy's face, like, and then even though I like to see what he does to him, physically see him, but it cuts away to the outside as the camera pans out. But you just hear the guy scream and hear Beast is tearing into him, though. I like that though, because although I like to see what we see it on screen what he does to him, but I like when it cuts to outside because you just hear the guy screaming. And Beast just goes and tears that guy. It's like, ah! You hear the guy screaming, ah! That's like, that guy deserves it. And Beast, he takes out two of the ones. So he takes out Goggle, rips his throat out, and whatever he does to Big Brain or whatever the guy's name is. So yeah. And then Robert Joy, Lizard, and you get Ruby in there. Ruby from the original. She's the good one. She takes the baby because Lizard's going to kill the baby. Ruby just goes, Ruby! Like the original Ruby. And he goes out and then Anderson, he's fighting Lizard. He's getting beaten up more. He just gets Lizard has that spiky chain. He gets hit in the face and gets his head pounded to the ground. Man, this guy's just getting more beat up more, like with Pluto. But then he's on the ground and he's looking at his wedding ring on the one that's being cut off though. He sees his wedding ring, reminding about his wife and his baby as well. So, and he just takes the shotgun and just like screams, ah, and just hits him with the end part of the shotgun. He's like, ah, and just goes shooting him once right here, once in the throat, and another one over here, and then once again that score playing, just like, yeah, because this guy, he did it, You really cheering him on with this crowd pleasing for this guy because every what he has been through, you really, really want him to go and kill all these guys. And Aaron Stanford did a really great job. I mean, he really good. I think I never minded his character of Pyro though, but in X-Men though, but his performance in this really stands out from the other ones he has. He did a really great job, just selling out his character really wanted to get his baby back. And especially after losing his wife and his other in-laws. But yeah, even though he drops the shotgun next to the guy because he checks to see if he's dead, but he drops the shotgun right next to the guy. But he wants to hold his baby though, so. But then Lizard gets the gun, but Ruby pushes him over the cliff, but she dies too along with him. And back with Bobby and the sister, Billy Drago, Papa Jupiter. He takes their dead mom's corpse and starts eating the insides, and but they set a trap for him at the trailer, so it's like originally they blow up the trailer as well. So you get a lot of the same beats of it, but I think this plays out more. This film plays out more than what it did in the original. So they when he opens the door because the matches just light the propane tanks on fire, let the gas leak, and then when he lights the matches. Explosion, good explosion of the trailer blowing up, and then his burnt body, but he's still alive. His burnt body is like, arr, 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 and the sister takes the pickaxe just right into the guy's head. And they both see Doug, and with the dog, he's got his baby in one arm. He has the dog, and they're all together. And it's like this family's been through hell, like just. And then you get the sequel bait ending where they see them, and then also far in the distance see someone else with the binoculars. So, but regardless of that, I love this remake. This is how. This is what this is our lead guy, where you see him right there. Aaron Stanford, great job, and just with everything what his character is going through, especially for our lead guy in a horror film, what his character went through, just so determined, basically also revenge his wife's death and getting his baby back is what the third act of the film, what made the film really made me love the film. So, he just goes and beats the crap out of when he kills Pluto, 3 times he does a stab in the foot, stab in the neck, and then axe to the head. And then with Greg Nicotero, axe the back, and then just the spiky end just right in the eye. And then Beast too, the dog, he was a beast. Takes out 2 of them as well. Just one's rips the throat out, and just off screen, but it's implied when it cuts to the outside. You hear the guy screaming. But because you really hate the bad guys, you really want them to kill all these guys. So yeah, Alyssa has good gore and good mega effects on the mutants. Score I enjoy. The rest of the cast do good as well. Ted Levine, Kathleen, Quinlan, Vinessa Shaw. Who played the brother and the sister? Dan Byrd plays the brother Bobby, and Emilie D. Ravin as Brenda as well as the sister. Even I'll give hands to the dog trainer of Beast as well, because that's a character alone as well. So yeah, I love this remake. It's definitely one of the best of the horror film remakes. Especially for this today and age from 2006, it's definitely one of the best ones for me. I really love this remake. That's why I said I'm not a fan of Wes Craven's original though, but it has this film plays like the original plays a lot of the same. It's the same premise. It's very straightforward. Now family going on a trip, getting killed by these mutants, and our lead guy going out trying to kick some ass. Because with his baby and all that. And it's very well paced as well. I think it's on for 108 minutes, but it's well paced for me. Features has an audio commentary with director Alexandre Aja, art director, co-screenwriter Gregory Villavesser, and producer mispronounced that name though. And also has an audio commentary with producer Wes Craven and Peter Locke. Surviving the Hills, The Making of the Hills of Ice documentary, music video, Live the Broken Hearts by the Finalists, production diaries. Yeah, decent features. But yeah, the setting of the film, like the good look in the desert, characters, makeup, gore, story-wise. Well, story is the original, same thing though, but still. But the third act is much different than the original. That's why I have to point out. The third act, this is why I love about the third act. It's different than it was in the original. I have to point that out. But yeah, I love this remake, so it's definitely definitely watch it for Halloween month as well. If anyone has seen this remake, feel free to check it out. This is a remake that I say is worth a watch. For a horror film remake, I would recommend watching. Like I said, for the ones I did today, I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House of Wax, even Friday the 13th. I still don't mind Piranha 3D. I still don't. I still do. I mean, don't mind it. But yeah, Hills of Ice from 2006. Love this film. Great remake. Love it. And I basically have a film I have no problems with. No, I don't. But yeah, that's my review for the 2006 remake of Hills of Ice. Definitely give it a thumbs up for me. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.